We live. This is Arthur Putman, whistleblower from Florida. Live here in Georgetown, DC, the famous Georgetown. I just left the Georgetown Public Library. They were so grateful as to give me 3 hours in a room, you understand, that I can do my writing for the district court because I'm on a deadline. It's time sensitive. But the reason why I'm cutting in on this Saturday is process. Due process. That's what I'm up here in Washington, D.C. for. And the people in Georgetown know what I'm talking about. I'm fighting the one percenters. I've been fighting the one percenters since 2010 when they took my house, Bank of America, and I didn't have a mortgage on it. Bad. Listen, our country is in a bad way. They say due process. Listen, I've been fighting since 2010 due process. Since then, I went through the proper channels, the state attorney for the state of Florida, Broward County, Florida. I went to them trying to attempt to have the lawyer arrested that committed the fraud in the first place. Listen, I'm bus hustling too. Yo, hold it. Listen, I'm bus hustling, like I said, trying to get back, Thank you. Yo, thank you, sir. 30 and listen, I finally caught the bus, so you gotta bear with me. We live right now. We're streaming the internet, Arthur Putman, whistleblower from Florida. Appreciate you. Yeah, I can get off at 7:15, right? Thank you. Anyway, we back to the story in hand. Excuse me, sir. You okay? Yeah. Thank you. Excuse me. Arthur Putman, whistleblower from Florida. I'm on the 30 N. I'm heading to Pennsylvania, 7th Avenue, where I'll go pick up my bed and check the weather to see if hypothermia is going to be in tonight. I know it's much warmer than it's been in the last 3 days. But anyway, I'm up here for due process, and I'm fighting some really, really very powerful people. The one percenters, the Senate Judiciary Committee, the Catholic Church, all the way to the Apostolic Miniature. That's at 3339 Massachusetts Avenue Northwest. Listen, it's really bad. Our country is in a really bad way. I didn't know that until I had a massive stroke. I had a massive stroke July the 17th of 2014. Strung out on oxycodone 30 milligrams and 100 milligram fentanyl patch. And I had a traumatic encounter. The whole left side of my body was dead. dead. The stroke occurred in the left side of my brain, so my left eye was dead. I couldn't see out of it. Couldn't talk. The whole left side of my body dead. And I asked God why. I haven't been a Bible monger. I have read parts of the Bible. I haven't read the whole Bible. But when I asked God, you understand why, he said, do you believe? I said, oh Lord God, you know I believe. He pushed me out of the wheelchair, and I'm up here in Washington, D.C. on the 30 bus. Listen, due process is a heavy cost. I'm Native American, I'm North American Indian roots. My dad poured blood in me. His mother, her mother, from the Tennessee area. That's where he met my mother. But due process is not a given. If you don't have money, you don't have due process. The Constitution has been sold. Ladies and gentlemen, I keep calling out my elected officials because I want to let you illustrate the type of power that's been pressing me since 2010. I came up here 8 months ago with documents that would have clearly showed the outcome of the 2018 midterm elections in my state, the state of Florida. Now they got an incumbent Democrat senator, Bill Nelson. And they got a super thief as the governor that's running for senator at that time. Now he's the new senator for the state of Florida, Rick Scott. The man is a beast. You think about radical? This man, you understand, defrauded Medicaid and the seniors in the state of Florida for billions, not millions, billions of dollars. And he's still trying to cover up the 10 documents that I came up here on Capitol Hill with. Listen, we are in trouble. You talk about our president, he another super thief. But that's all he guilty of. You know, he not no Russian operative, none of that old nonsense. He might have did business with the Russians as a businessman, but he ain't no Russian agent. And I was insulted when he had to say that he was not a Russian entity. Even though he had to make Obama prove that he was a black man. Washington still don't accept a black man for the merits of who he is or the substance of the man that he is. The first thing they attempt to do is discredit you. Once they can't discredit you, it's very rare. I'm one of the cases. Listen, it's really bad, and it costs too much for every American to demand due process. Due process is guaranteed under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution. You shouldn't have to pay for that. Your heritage, you understand, put you here before anybody. I've been having a restraining order and a temporary injunction in the federal district court since December the 10th. And I still haven't got no release. Listen, it's really bad up here. And I say up here because this is where it's mandated for the rest of the states in the United States. Right here in Washington, DC. Listen, you better wake up. You're walking around blind. You better wake up. We coming really close to martial law now. Due process, that's all I want. And they won't only give me that because in order to give me due process, they gotta eat a $79 billion fraud. The state of Florida, ex-Governor Rick Scott, which is now the senator for the state of Florida, Rick Scott. Come on, man. I done took all your shit. Excuse my language, but I done took it all. And I'm still standing. I don't see you demons. Due process, my money, guardianship over my daughter, my granddaughter, Courtney Bradley, and go to jail. You know Eric Miller, your Inspector General, Aqua Inspector General when this all happened. You know he, you understand, compromised the whole state of Florida cabinet, and you know he did. Because the investigation was a lie. The whole investigation was a lie. How much did it cost y'all? How much did it cost the government for them 4.5 years that they pressed me into a massive stroke? Huh? How many hundreds of millions did it cost the government? If God wasn't in me, I wouldn't be here now. Because y'all know y'all pressed me. And I'm still standing. Not covering up no more. The Constitution said they got me on that part. Now I'm getting ready to fight back. In your system, the judicial system. I don't even respect you no more. I don't even type no more. You know, I just handwrite it and put it in the court and pray that it be filed. Listen here, the whole judiciary system is a fraud. I done beat you in the district court in the Southern District of Florida, Miami. I mashed you in the 11th Circuit, Supreme Court, Arthur Putman versus Public Storage, and the United States government. I get to the Supreme Court, and I found out the clerks, which answer only to the Chief Justice, Justice Roberts, has been compromised. I send 82 documents to the Justice Department. Attention, Jeff Sessions, Attorney General of the United States. By the time the Supreme Court got their mandamus, which is supposed to be the most powerful writ in the world, well, in the United States judicial system, Supreme Court say that. I filed a stay for my writ of certiorari, but I wouldn't need that. Once the mandamus and the prohibition was answered, once them two petitions was answered, it was game, set, and match. Give me my money. Listen, they fighting me everywhere, and I done beat them. And you know why I beat them? Because I'm on the winning team. I believe in God. Not all that fuckery. God. That's who got me walking. That's who got me standing. One percenters, Senate Judiciary, U.S. Congressman L.C. Hastings, U.S. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, U.S. Senator Rick Scott, ex-chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Senator Charles Grassley, resign or be prosecuted. The Constitution, you understand, is not ambiguous. My documents speak for themselves. Check my record. Arthur Putman versus Public Storage in a class action that they didn't pay me my money from. I had to beat them all the way up to the Supreme Court, and they even been breached. My justice number is 392192-1. Right plan, but the wrong man. Told you I believe in God. I was a soldier for the demon for 61 years until I had the stroke. When I had the stroke, the demon laughed at me. But the real power stepped in. Listen, I'm gonna make sure that nobody else have to go through this nonsense no more. I appreciate y'all time. Thank you. Arthur Putman, whistleblower from Florida, still banned off on Capitol Hill. Due process. Thank y'all. Have a blessed weekend.